Hi, and this is Rosie K just doing a final sum up of my week's residency with DaRE. And let me just sort of start by saying thanks so much to DaRE. That has been such an incredible sort of week, a way of kind of intensifying some research processes and kind of condensing it into 1 week has been like incredibly helpful for the development in my mind of where this work is going. So I kind of wanted to do a little sum up really, because on the final day I didn't do a post because what we did was a Zoom with some research associates and sort of interested parties from the DaRE Centre. That morning on the Friday, I spent some time writing, almost trying to write my autobiography. I didn't get very far. I didn't get kind of very far through my life, but I started just writing and writing about as much dance memory as I could find without kind of going into archives and really looking through just like what came to me, what were the pivotal moments when I decided to dance or when I switched to taking it more seriously, or things in my life that affected how important dance became to me, or other moments where it waned, and why had that happened, and how did that sort of form this narrative within myself of my dancing self. And then, as I said, we had this kind of like research Zoom where I talked about my process. I talked about what I'd been reading and looking at, and a lot of the researchers sort of just kind of fed in their observations and some thoughts and perhaps some references that I was or wasn't aware of, which made it really interesting. And I was really interested with what came up, and Marie-Louise Crawley talked about the sense of haunting, dances haunting you, dances still existing in the past, memories of dancing, this idea of sort of haunting ghostliness. I really like this idea, being haunted by yourself, being haunted by your own past. Also this idea of like me watching myself, and the idea of like me now dancing with me then. How would I respond dance-wise to that person, to that choreographer? Talked about like how I'd sort of been revealing that I was wrestling with my own identity, my own body, ideas of breaking conformity, or pressures of who I want to be on the inside versus who I think I should be, or the pressures of dance itself on the female body. And also this kind of return during lockdown to ballet practice, and how that had kind of formed a part of my identity right through my life, but then actually opening that up with L'après-midi d'enfant that kind of gave me a sort of renewal as to the joy of some of that ballet technique. And then a really interesting sort of point about touch. We often think of healing touch, but actually violent touch and violent memories. And I think I went away like this weekend, and I found that I had all sorts of difficult and painful memories awakened inside of me, inside my body. And I think also during lockdown, that is particularly painful. There's painful reality going on right now and affected me quite a lot. And I felt quite upset and quite sort of, it took me straight instantly back to certain memories that I'd clearly kind of tried to move away from. However, having gone through that and come out now into a new week, I actually managed to get some permission to use a space on Tuesday, and I danced in some space, thinking about all these things that had been going around my head, and it was really opening and freeing. I felt kinder to myself. I felt more listening to myself. I felt calmer, much calmer, and that was really, really wonderful. I feel like things have sort of moved on. I feel I can maybe park that for a little bit and then come back to it, and I feel like the structure is starting to kind of come through in my mind, and I let my body get kind of ready to sort of delve deeper. I feel safer, which is really important. So it was an incredible opportunity, and I want to say a massive thank you again to everybody at the Centre for Dance Research at Coventry University and CDARE for their kind of opportunity, but also their support. And I can't wait to be in the building and actually meet people in person. I feel more focused. I feel like that's kind of, it was a difficult week, but actually it's meant that lockdown feels like it's got more structure now to me. I'm able to knuckle down and still be creative, and actually be creative from this situation, use this situation. So I'm interested to see what will come out with that. And I really look forward to sharing these results later on. Maybe as I go on, I feel a bit more confident about sharing some of my process, but also when the solo actually gets performed later in the year. So please stay in touch with me and with the Centre for Dance Research. We're on rosiek.co.uk and sign up to our newsletters, and I look forward to staying in touch with everybody. Stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.